Hello everyone. Here I have a list of cities with their corresponding countries, and I will use this list to show you how to remove text before the first space encountered in Excel. Here I will use a formula using the find, len and write functions. Of course there are other alternatives, but in this particular tutorial I will use these three functions. So to begin with, we'll first calculate the total number of characters within this text, in cell A2. In this regard, I will use the len function. So I type len function and it requires only a single argument, which is text. So I insert this text, cell A2, and press enter. It returns 13. This means in this text there are total 13 different characters. Our next step is to locate the first space. For this purpose, I will use the find function. Well, the find function requires three arguments. First one is find text, where I have to specify the text I want to search, which is of course a space. So inside quotation marks, I will insert a single space. Then within text means here this text, cell A2. Then I have to specify the start number. This means from where I want to begin the search. Well, as I want to start the search from the beginning, so I am leaving this option and I press enter. So here I get 7. This means the first space is the 7th character within this text. So now if I subtract the position number of the first space from the total number of characters, I will get the total number of characters after the first space. So let's just subtract this and press enter, and I get 6. Now I will use another function called the write function. Using this function, I will extract the 6 characters from the right side of this text in cell A2. So let's just do it. I type write text. Text is cell A2. Then number of characters. Number of characters is 6. So that's it. I press enter and there you go. Output is France, which is the text after the first space. So this process removed all the text before the first space encountered. Now let's just clear all these 4 pieces and merge them all together and make a single formula. So start with the write function. Text is cell A2, then number of characters, it will be specified by the output of the len function, and find function. Find text is by space, inside quotation mark, within text is cell A2 and 2 closing parentheses, and so that's it. So this is the formula if I merge them all together, and this formula should remove text before the first space encountered. So now I press enter and there you go, it returns France. Now I just copy down the formula and that's it. That's simply it. Now let me just call this column output and do a little bit of formatting. I had great. So that's it. So this is how you can remove text before the first space I encountered in Microsoft Excel. So I have just discussed how to remove text before the first space encountered in Excel. Now I will show you to remove text before the nth instance of a space in Excel. As usual, I have taken a list of city names along with their corresponding countries, but instead of one city, here I have taken 2 cities for each of the countries, and here I will try to extract only the country names. I have to remove all the text before the second instance of a space. Here the main idea is quite similar. First I will replace the second space with a special character, and the following section will be quite similar as the previous one that I have just discussed. So let's just go ahead and substitute the second space. For this purpose, I'll use the substitute function. At first, it's asking for a text, which is cell A2, then alt text. Alt text is of course the space that we want to replace. New text. New text is the special character that I want to use to replace the space. So here I will use the hash as a special character. Of course, you can use any other special characters, but make sure it stands out among all the characters that you were using in your dataset. Next, the instance number. Instance number means which space that we want to replace. I mean, there are two spaces, first one and the second one, so we have to clarify that. As I want to replace the second space here, so the instance number is of course 2. Now I press enter, and that's it. We have successfully replaced the second space with a hash. Now let's try to locate the position number of hash. So I will use the find function. Find text, the first argument, it's the hash. Then within text, I cell B2 here, I want to look at the position number of this special character hash. I press enter and it returns 13. Now we'll calculate the total number of characters in the text in cell A2 here. So it's 19. Now it's time to calculate the total number of characters after the second instance of space. So if I subtract 13 from 19, I'll get that quite easily. So I'm just doing that. Enter. There we go. It's 6. Finally, I can use the right function to extract the 6 characters from the right side of the text in cell A2. So I type right, then text. Text means cell A2 and number of characters. It of course 6 here in cell E2, and as I type enter, it returns France. So we have successfully removed all the characters before the second instance of space. So let's clear this all 5 formulas here and merge them all together into a single formula. So let's start with write function. It's asking for a text, then number of characters. It will be determined by the output of len function, and I will subtract it with my findings of the hash within the output of substitute function. Here the text is cell A2, all text is a space, then new text is the hash, then instance number is second, then closing parenthesis, this is for the substitute function, find, and for write function. So this is the ultimate formula, and I hope it might work to remove text before the second instance of space within the text in cell A2. So as I type enter, and it returns France. So we have successfully built a formula to remove the text before the second instance of space. And of course you can use this formula, you can tweak this to remove the text before any instance of space. Just here all you need to do is to change the instance number. You can insert here 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, anything you like, and I hope it might work each time. Now let's just copy down the formula with changing cell reference. So that's it. It has done a pretty good job. Let's name this column and add a little bit of formatting again. This is quite unnecessary. You can of course skip this one. So this is it. So this is how you can remove text before the end instance of space in Excel. If your data has a specific pattern, then you don't need to use all those crazy formulas to remove text before space in Excel. Instead, you can use a pretty charming feature called flash fill. Now let me show you how to use this feature. So all you need to do is first manually you have to type your required output. So in this case it's French. Now the second output would be Canada. So as I type C, Excel is so intelligent. This feature is so amazing. It has already got my intention and it's suggesting my required output. So to accept this suggestion, all I need to do is press enter, and there you go. Finally, here I will use another feature called text to columns, and using this feature I will remove text before space. For that, first I need to select my text, then I'll go to the data tab here. Under the data tools group, you will find text to columns command here. Just click on it and convert text to columns wizard dialog box appears. Here delimited is already selected, so just go ahead with it. Hit the next button, then from the list of delimiters select space. Here it's already selected, then hit the next button again. Now destination, select a destination. Here cell B2, then hit the finish button. So it will split the text and divide it into two parts in place of the space. Now all I need to do is cut this one and just paste it over here, and it will replace it. So this is how you can use text to columns feature to remove text before space.